Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about the Super Bowl because it tripped me out how all these black people is all over the internet talking about the Super Bowl. I mean, if you don't know what happened and you get on social media, you'll find out. So for the halftime, they had Snoop Dogg, Mary J, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, and then it was all put together by Dr. Dre within the performance. It looks as if he's the director of everything. So, and then pre-game, they had Mary sing Lift Every Voice, the Black National Anthem, and all that good stuff. Now, during the performance, during the halftime show, Eminem took his little initiative to take a knee, and people swear up and down, oh, he did it for Colin Kaepernick, it's for the culture, all that bull crap, right? Me personally, I was never here for the Colin Kaepernick movement because it was a little sketchy, but I'll get to that in a minute. Now, if you don't remember, the NFL Super Bowl ratings have been down. Not even just the Super Bowl, the NFL ratings in general ever since the stuff with Kaepernick started to blow up. Now, if you remember back in 2021, it was low even though everybody was at home, but they tried to say because of the C word, that's why it was low, but which don't make sense. If everybody at home, what else they gonna be doing? Okay. 2020, it was low as well compared to previous years. 2019, when it was at the peak, when the Colin Kaepernick thing was at its peak, the ratings at the Super Bowl dropped dramatically. And that's when the NFL really started to feel it in their pockets, the protests from black people. Right? Now, remember back in the time, that's when everybody vowed not to watch the NFL. They was boycotting the Super Bowl. Remember Rihanna, Cardi B. They turned down the halftime show. They could not find nobody for the halftime slot. And this was around the 2019 Super Bowl. So that's when the ratings was just low. They was looking for people. Everybody was dropping out. Michael B. Jordan didn't like it. Common, Janelle Monáe, Zendaya, all of these people, LeBron James, I stand with Cap. I'm against the NFL. They were calling people racist. Ava DuVernay, which I ain't even gonna say nothing about her. But anyway, remember they had started playing the Black National Anthem at the NFL games. The ratings had got so low and the power of black people was showing so much that they started playing the Black National Anthem at the NFL, the regular season games. They was like, oh, my bad, y'all. We made a mistake about the kneeling thing and telling players they can't kneel and, all this stuff when it comes to black culture. We now see what we did wrong. They only seeing that because they see it in their pockets, right? So, after that, hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this video. I just popped in to say, make sure you head on over to FreedomAPro.com. I have t-shirts, Protect Your Energy t-shirts, It's the Melanin t-shirts, and my FreedomAPro logo t-shirts, and many more. I also have fanny packs, and I also have masks to match the t-shirts. If you find anything interesting, the link will be in the description box below. So, let's get right back into the video. Then right after that happened, you see they brought in the handler of the black community, JayZ. Right? At first, JayZ was on stage with Cap, him and his wife, she was out here performing at the Super Bowl, all that bull crap they was trying to put off, right? So the NFL said, no, dog, we got to do something. We losing too much money. We got to find a way to bring the black people back because we know if the black people don't approve it, it ain't happening. Because we make everything a trend. We make everything popular. That's my opinion. And the facts is in what we see. So they was like, oh, nah. So they brought in JayZ. JayZ in 2020, he made a deal with him. I'm gonna be in charge of the basically he in charge of music. Like what? When have the NFL? First of all, that when I first heard the deal, it didn't even make no sense. But okay, now he in charge of the music. Then that was in 2020 when he signed his deal. Of course, 2021 that was the pandemic, so it wasn't really no big deal on the halftime show because it was the pandemic and everybody wasn't going to be able to go, etc., etc. Oh, but moving on to 2022, after all this, I stand with Colin and all this other kind of stuff, JayZ managed to pull off the halftime performance that everybody can't seem to stop talking about. I mean, everywhere you turn, all you hear, that's all they talking about. He managed to put all this together, and then everybody is back watching the NFL like the NFL have changed its ways. No, they still treat their players the same, which I guess is their choice. It's whatever. It's however people want to look at it. They still had the same stance that they would have been having from the beginning. But all they did was, here, let me show them that we like black culture so they can shut up. Like everybody do. That's the same thing with the I'm gonna invite him to the barbecue type of thing. As soon as white folk or Asian folk or whoever do something that's like, oh my God, she's been watching us. He's been watching our culture. They rapping like us. They dancing like us. Oh my God, they should come over here with us now. Soon as they do something remotely seem black, everybody happy again. So they went to the halftime performance and they put all these black folks on here. Now the whole black culture, well not the whole, but some of the people in the black culture is happy again. Now they watching the NFL again. Now they watching Super Bowl again. And now the NFL got their money back. Their pockets ain't hurting no more. Because now everybody is, oh my God, it's the best halftime performance. Oh my God, black excellence. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. But anyway, the Colin Kaepernick thing actually never sat right with me anyway. I felt like he was part of helping the NFL boost. I mean, they lost a little money, but they finna get all that money back here in the next couple of years. They done built that little new stadium in LA, which where the black folks be at too, the celebrities be at, I never really, I was always looking at this Colin Kaepernick situation with a side eye, right? Now, when he first started doing it was in 2016. This is when Colin Kaepernick wasn't Colin Kaepernick at this time. He wasn't the starting quarterback no more. Nobody was really caring about Colin Kaepernick. I remember even watching the game during that time, and I was just like, that dude's sorry. Like, Colin's sorry. He wasn't the Colin Kaepernick that went to the NFC Championship, all this different type of stuff. He wasn't him. He was probably finna get ready to get cut or traded anyway. Cause and then when he did, he wasn't finna be making big bucks no more because it wasn't there. Like people act like, oh, they just don't want him to play. No, he was on the sideline because he wasn't good. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this video. This is the journal called Unleash the Image. It's give you an opportunity to write about your day, just release everything. A lot of people wear a lot of different hats, especially if you're parents, you have different businesses, etc., etc. So I love this journal for that reason. If you like what you see, head over to Amazon, type in Unleash the Image in the search bar, and this will pop up. It's only $14.99, so get you a journal and, relax and meditate. Now let's get back into the video. And at that time, I actually used to watch sports. I don't watch sports anymore, but he just wasn't good at the time. But let's get into the whole Colin Kaepernick thing. I always looked at it with a side eye because it just was always a little off. Like, the Colin Kaepernick on the left, that's the one when he was at his best. Then he started to get sorry, and people started to not care no more. Then, he started growing his hair out. And then he ended up having that little fro. But the texture of his hair and the fro always look a little weird. Because if you look at this picture in the middle, that's what his hair looked like grown out, right? When you look at his fro, it is not, that fro looks nothing. Nothing. Like his hair grown out in the middle. That fro almost don't even look real if y'all just actually stare at it. Like, I see the vibes he was trying to give, But when I first seen his hair in that fro, I'm like, something look a little off because I know the texture of his hair. Even if he would have to be blow drying his hair out and shaping it every single day in order for it to look like the famous fro that he walk around with. But anyway, moving on. Colin Kaepernick got his little money from the NFL. He got all his little deals with Nike. And he ain't even care no more. It was over with. So basically, to me, it seemed like they got Colin out the way in 2019. They gave him his little money so he could shut up. Then they brought in JayZ in 2020. And then, 2021, we had the pandemic. In 2022, it's back. They back like they never left. They brought him in 2020. And people was like, oh, okay, they care about black people. They brought in JayZ. Then, boom. You got this. And the fact that people were saying that the kneeling that Eminem did, because the NFL supposedly, allegedly, told Eminem not to kneel, which I don't know who these sources are, who these people are that be getting this little information. But that's why I like Kanye. When Kanye got on his Instagram and said, my Instagram is not hacked, he get a little respect from me for that, because that's what these famous folks do. Stuff happening, the first thing they say is, my Instagram was hacked. Why y'all can't stand on y'all word and stand on what y'all say? But anyway, people up here talking about, yeah, Eminem did it for Colin. You know how crazy that is for a white dude? And this ain't got nothing to do with race, but for a white dude who basically make his living off of black culture, which is what they do, to kneel, and y'all find that to be empowering. That is crazy to me. That's insane. But that's all it took for black folks to be back on the NFL, but back watching the Super Bowl, back with the regularly scheduled program, back to, NFL getting money out their pocket. It's insane. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation down in the comments. And I'm not even saying that people should not watch the Super Bowl because of Colin Kaepernick. It's bigger than Colin Kaepernick, because I don't know if Colin Kaepernick was doing it to be doing it for black culture for real. Because if you are, you can't be bought. If you're doing it for your culture, you can't be bought. It's no amount of dime they can throw at you for you to say, all right, I ain't going to speak on it no more. That's the case. She was doing it for monetary value. But when you stand on what you stand on and you stand on it, ain't no dime they can throw at you to make you say, all right, I'm quiet now. Because this is something, when you stand on something, this is going to have a ripple effect for generation after generation after generation. Not just, oh, we doing it for right now. So when I say when people should stand on their ground and not watch for whatever reason, for your culture, or for whatever you stand on, that's not just because of Colin. That's for the culture in general. This is what most of all these big companies do. They cater to black people, especially because it's Black History Month. That's really gonna get the black folks. They cater to black folks. Then black people act like it never happened, because we such a forgiving culture that's kind of almost our downfall. Because we'll forgive any and everything when people seem to care about our culture. When all people have to do is show interest in black people, and we will forget everything they done. That's crazy. But that has been a cycle, generation after generation after generation. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole situation down in the comments. That's all I got to say about it. I'm out.